What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I got some cool stuff to talk about. Might go on a little mini rant, I don't know, but I wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. Recap 99. Let's get in this. What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to yet again another episode of the Honda Recap 99. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up and that bell so you're notified every Monday night when this comes out. New time, 6 p.m. West Coast time. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and that is what it actually means to be sponsored and what it actually means from both sides, from what it takes from a person who's creating parts to a person that is receiving those parts for said sponsorship or partnership, if you want to look at it that way. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about right now is to kind of go over what it takes to actually manufacture parts, what it takes to actually own that business, run that business, and go everything from design, manufacturing, to actually marketing that, and let alone actually trying to find people who want to buy your product. It is a full-time job, as most of you know, but it is a full-time job. You basically dedicate everything into your craft to make that product happen, your own money out of your own pocket. And if you don't have an ability to actually design that on your own, you have to pay for someone to do that design work for you. And then once you do that, you actually have to make the physical product and sell it to a person. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I see a lot of people out there that say looking for sponsorships, or they're building cars and they're just hoping somebody is going to help them out in some way. You know what? There's people out there that are willing to help, and I completely understand that. But I think it's also worth taking a look at what it takes to actually create those parts, to have a little bit of an understanding of what it means to actually get a discount or get a part completely free for a complete sponsorship, if not partial sponsorship. To think that you own the company and you have to put out maybe $5, $10, $15, $20,000 to create a product that you hope to make any of your money back. And while people are out there, and we're now in this day and age where people are just like, yep, I can go ahead and try to act and get a sponsorship. If that actually happens, you kind of have a responsibility to give back. I think firsthand I can say that a lot of people out there that are manufacturing products have a higher capability of engineering or making the product and driving the business to make it stay stable and to keep happening. But I also see that a lot of those business owners don't have the ability or time, really, not so much ability, but time to market that. And that is spending 2, 3, 4, 5 hours on Instagram, maybe starting a YouTube channel, website, doing all of those things. And as a collective, that's something that I really enjoy doing. So I have gone out and talked to people saying, hey, I, Christian, not, Thehondavlogs here, I'm willing to do that and help you guys out and kind of help spun up. You need a website, you need design things, you need anything like that, I can help, because I know to where I work now and to see other engineers that I know, business owners and manufacturers who spend all of their time, 12 to 16 hours a day, making sure the product works, testing, making sure that they can get it cheaper, dealing with the manufacturers. If it's made here, that's awesome. If it's made overseas and imported, you have to actually make sure that the prices are worth it to bring that in here. And so what I say to that is, when you reach out to a company and you say, hey, can I be sponsored? The expectation is, if they say, sure, yes, let's work something out, your expectation is to use all of your channels, whether you're huge on Instagram or huge on YouTube, to use your channels to represent them and represent them respectfully. Because at some point, if that person who owns the business doesn't have the ability to sit there, like I said, for 12 hours a day like they do their own business on marketing, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, they kind of confide in you and have a trust in you and your character and say, yo, I want you to represent me. So if you're out there, I want you to, represent my company, because I'm giving you something that is worth more than you can believe, because they spent their own money up front to create suspension, top hats, or anything else out there, any K-Tune product created, and they're giving it to you in some fashion in hopes that you represent them in a positive light. With that said, all of the money in the business is obviously going to create more product, sustain the business, and to keep it going day after day after day after day. That money to you, if I give you a set of suspension and that suspension to you is worth $1,200, that is $1,200 worth of marketing I put into this machine that I hope will bring me a little bit more business exposure and a little bit more people out there that are on the streets, that at the meets, tracks, wherever it may be, run your sticker, post about it, put it up on Instagram, put it up on YouTube, wherever your network is, do that. Unbox it for me. A lot of these business people don't actually have the ability to do that. They don't have the time. Everybody knows that they need to. I think it's across the board known, yes, I need to do more social media. Yes, I need to do more marketing. Yes, I need to look and deal with the customer base that I have so I can keep the business growing. But they are only one person. So I think when people are out there building cars in this community and are waiting for someone to be like, yo, let me sponsor you, it isn't just a handout. It isn't just an ability to be like, yo, here's a thing for free, what's up? There are times you have friends that are willing to hook you up, but if you're reaching out to a company and they can't do it or they say no, it's not you, man. It's something that they have to deal with. It's something that they get a lot of other people to deal with. It's a strategic move on their end. Is me giving away something to this person gonna benefit the company, gonna benefit my time? It's a decision from a business perspective. It isn't an I like you or I don't like you. It isn't an I like your car or I don't like your car. You gotta remember that everything that person owns and that company owns, they put their heart and their soul and their money in to begin with. When they give that product to somebody to represent them, you have to look at it from a marketing perspective, a marketing budget. They can spend $500 on Facebook ads or Google ads, but instead they gave you a product that is equal to $500 for them. So the expectation would be like, hey man, can you do me the solid of running this sticker, doing an unboxing, posting it on your Instagram, posting it on your YouTube? These are your channels. You can reach X amount of people. I chose you because you have the exact audience I am looking for. Otherwise, I can give that exact money to Facebook algorithm or Google algorithm to be like, yo, just hopefully find me some people that might like my product, and then you hope the ROI will actually spin around and get back to you. The main reason I wanted to bring this up is because I've been seeing a lot of people out there asking for sponsorships or looking for sponsorships or coming up and just wanting to get that, but working side by side with a lot of businesses who manufacture things on their own, design, manufacture, getting everything on the plate, starting a shop, buying their own lifts, getting an actual workspace, and actually paying taxes on all of this stuff that they're doing. It's rough out there, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's rough, dude. Doing quarterly taxes, doing your year's end stuff. That whole side of the business is something that nobody talks about. But to understand that there is a person out there, whether it's a one-person shop that does that year after year after year, also you have to think about that that person is looking at every other person out there that wants a part. They can't just give it to you. They can't just throw parts at you because you asked. Every move is strategic. There are people out there that are running month to month, but they still want to live their dream, having this giant shop, creating parts for you. And if you know what? So with that said, I wanted to throw that out there from what it takes to be sponsored. I don't do a lot of things. I don't really get sponsored for these things. I basically do all of these recaps because I love to hang out with you guys, or I love to talk to you guys in Premiere. If I'm wearing a shirt or a hat that someone sent me, I'm just wearing it. The expectation of anything is not there. Just so everyone can kind of understand my perspective and maybe the other side of the perspective. If you're building a car and you want to work with a company, if you want to work with a company, that is the thing you have to think about. How do I work with this company? Sending an email to a company saying, hey, I'm looking to be sponsored, I have $25,000 into my car, that doesn't tell the company anything. If you actually want to be sponsored, you actually want to work with a company, the email should say what you can do for them. I can use your product. I go to 15 shows a year. I have this many YouTube subscribers, this many Instagram subscribers. I get this many likes. I have this exposure. I can give this much marketing potential to you in this partnership. That is how you would go about asking for a sponsorship. Saying, hey, can I have that just because you are somebody doesn't really work out as well as you think it does. There is a give and take to this. And with that said, obviously I just wanted to talk about this because I see a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to maybe shine the light on the other perspective of from the actual person who makes the products and from the actual company side. It's not that easy. They can't just say yes. They can't just decide, yeah, sure, you have this. It has to be within budget. It has to be, for the company. It has to work with what's going on with them right now. It's just a bigger decision-making idea when someone comes at them asking for a sponsorship. It's humbling, I'm sure, to be like, oh, you want to work with me? That's awesome. Let's make a deal. But on the other end, we do have to look at what the company and what the person is actually dealing with at the time as people ask them for a sponsorship. Like I said, nothing really striked this. I just thought it would be an actual really good conversation to have with you guys. What do you guys think about companies sponsoring builds, how that should go, what's the expectation? I just been thinking about that on the side because you also watch people get sponsorships and you kind of see what it takes to get that sponsorship and what those people are putting out there to make that possible year after year or month after month. All right, guys, with that said, I want to kick this off into this week's recap so we can go over something maybe a little bit less heavy, but not really that heavy. I really wanted to talk to you guys about the sponsorships things, what it takes, and from my perspective, at least, obviously I'm not sponsored by anything, but I kind of see what it takes from the business side and from the other side, so I wanted to have that communication with you guys. This week, we're going to kick this off with Young Static. Heard PFI was going to be on Fontana, so you know what? This guy drove, I don't know how many miles, actually I do. It's about 6-7 hours down south. Got to hang out with Brent, PFI Speed, got to see the track, and I think he was also picking up some parts from somebody down there in SoCal, so it was kind of a dual deal, but it's really cool to see you, man. I know you stopped by Lazy Man Garage, kind of hanging out there, kind of dropped in on him unexpected. That's really cool. I really plan on doing that with you too, Chris. Next time in SoCal, definitely going to have to stop by. Following that, we got Chris Sadowski. First track day, taking the DA out on the track, had a little mishap, hit the curb too hard, and camber adjusters popped out. It happens, man, but I'm really happy to know that you went to the track. You're taking the DA out there, taking it for a rip. It's really fun, man. It's incredibly addicting knowing that you can just drive the car at its exact potential as hard as you want and know that you have the open space. Driving on the back roads, driving on country roads, really fun too, I'm not going to lie, but out on the track, definitely something a little different. Next up, we've got Zosh hooking up with MPC Motorsports, rear subframe brace, LCAs, a whole bunch of other random stuff that got sent your way. The lower forks in the front, those look incredibly nice. Props to you, man. You're definitely putting in work out there, man. You got some new parts on the car. Christina is coming along very nicely. The new vision for the Integra is looking fantastic, and I'm really excited to see the final iteration. I think you have a tune day coming up. It's really awesome to see what's going on with Mize RSX. Rand Lowe's is running and driving, I think. So you got a lot of cool content on the way. I'm really excited for you and your homies, man. Next up, we got Garage Built Hondas, keeping it down for the EF World CRXs, taking the B16A CRX out to the track. Again, this is an OBD-O motor, and I think a lot of people kind of put it to the side. They don't really think about it, but you know what? I'm glad you don't. You're loving it in the CRX, taking it to the track, and you're one of the only people out there that somehow mastered getting track footage and track audio synced up and not sounding terrible. I could literally listen to your track days all day. It just sounds so good. You can even hear the intake kind of like when you let off. Following that, we got Automotive Anatomy, bringing you an H22 Odyssey. I really love when people take these vans and they do fun things with them. It's still a Honda. It's really fun. It's a people mover. It can make power. You put some wheels on it. You can lower it. It's got suspension just like any other car. It's nothing weird. It's not like a truck, but even the Ridgeline has the same suspension as like a Pilot or almost a CRV, so gotta love Honda for that, right? But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for Automotive Anatomy, bringing me another car for us to sit down, bringing the community together. Also, really awesome what you do, man. I'm really excited that you just go and you find the oddball cars and you really bring them on the channel. Thank you for that. Following that, we got EG Chris 92 with the K20 swapped EG hatch, getting an RBC manifold on the car. I swear every week you get one new part, but it's calculated, it's meant for a reason, and you're building the car that you really want, and I'm really excited for that. You're taking your time, you're picking your parts, and you're getting everything set up. When this car is all said and done, it's gonna be one pristine hatchback, man, and I really love that you're just picking your parts exactly how you want it, and it's incredibly calculated. After that, we've got Justin, 79th Production, picking up another project car for the channel, 4-door Integra, looking really good. You drove a couple hours for it, you brought it home. Pink engine bay, that seems to be a thing. You know, you and Bodie Vision got at least that together, but I think you're gonna change the engine bay color. You're gonna do some work, the same work you do for all of the other cars. You put in that elbow grease, man. No one can say that's not a thing. Congratulations on getting a video, I think up to 3 million views. Speaking of Bodie Vision, we're talking about Bodie Vision. Working on the next project, Wide Body RSX. In one video, you were gonna put on a Duraflex body kit. It just did not want to work, and I think you're gonna go a little bit more OEM. The customer was like, you know what, let's maybe go a different way, but you're gonna still do wide body in some way, and I'm really excited for that because I have an RSX and I've really been wanting to do some things to this car. So I'm really excited to see the effort and work ethic you put into the RSX the same way you do into all the rest of your cars. I wanna see how this RSX comes out because I really do enjoy them wide body. Guys, last but not least, we got Boosted Boys. I wanted to talk about you guys because the Grinch went to the strip making so much power. It twisted the drive shaft. I've never seen anything like that, and I don't think anybody else has. I know I don't talk about Boosted Boys that often, but these guys are just constantly coming out with more content, new projects, but I was really, really excited to see the Grinch hit the drag strip, and after what happened, it's just insane. I've never seen a drive shaft just pretzel up like that, you know, pretzel up like that rather. But if you guys have, definitely let me know. I'm really excited to see all the new content coming out of you guys. All right, guys, with that said, that's it for this episode of the Honda Recap. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the Honda talks, rants, and everything else that I do at the very beginning of these. They're really enjoyable. I get to sit down and actually talk to you and speak my mind. That's actually something I wanted to do moving forward for episode 100. We might be elongating these recaps a lot more to more of a conversation type thing. Like I said before, let me know what you guys think about sponsorships and companies, and how do you think they really need to be working together. Let me know in the comments below how you think companies and enthusiasts should be working together in the future. It'd be really awesome to see us kind of invest in the companies that we really, really love, because you know what? They're doing it because they love it. And by buying parts from them, you know, we're keeping these guys alive. The brains that they're using to fabricate things, to manufacture things, to just create stuff, literally is all out of their brain, their hand, their fabricating skills, manufacturing skills, whatever they do to give us the products we love in our cars. We could also help them out a lot more than just buying their products. I wish they would open up a way for us to just invest in them like people invest in companies. It's the same thing. You can invest in Apple. Why can't you invest in another manufacturing firm? Or why can't you just invest into your favorite little shop? If you got somebody, you got a machine shop out there that's constantly cranking out stuff, why can't you invest in them the same way you would invest in the stock market? It all helps. It brings the community together. It allows us to be able to create, get more people can eat, the little fish can grow, the big fish can get bigger. We can all work together. Thank you all for sticking around for another episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and hit that bell. I appreciate every single one of you that has come here, who has subscribed. Head over to Thehondavlogs.com/shop. Pick yourself up a shirt, sticker, or a hoodie, anything else you guys want to support the channel. I appreciate everybody that has already. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.